Hello. Today we are clearing this story, this belief that you're not a singer. Because you don't have some special gift, or you haven't been trained, or maybe you struggle to sing the right note when you sing, or maybe someone told you once that you're not very good at singing, and now you walk around with this story that you're not a singer, and it keeps you from enjoying your voice. It keeps you from fully honoring this deep and very special connection you have to your voice. And you feel like you're not someone who gets to have that, or at least share it, like it's this secret thing, because if you were to share or express that you have a special relationship to your voice, you need to prove that you're a good singer. All right, we're gonna clear that. Remembering that videos like this don't in and of themselves clear beliefs. We are simply initiating the subconscious, okay, and energetic processes, right, that you get to continue to work with on your own, right? We have to take full responsibility for these processes within ourselves. So I am simply opening the door for you and initiating this clearing. Itarita shtukuru kurunit. So I'm going to invite you to start making sound. It does not matter what sound you make, even just a quiet hum is perfect. You're going to find sound that is easy and effortless. Ishtakuru minastiti. You're going to notice there's a part of you that wants to already start controlling the sound so it sounds better. Ushnukita sit, and you're not going to do that. Uninanana, you're going to let it be so easy and so effortless, regardless of what it sounds like. You're going to notice that there's a part of you that might feel like this voice, it's not good enough. In order for me to really love it and really feel proud, it has to change. So you're going to find this part of you in the body. It's a feeling, okay? It's an uncomfortable feeling that you want to act on, and you want to act on the feeling by trying to control your voice, or maybe you want to act on the feeling by silencing your voice. You're not going to act on the feeling. You're just going to feel it, even if it's very uncomfortable. Itaninanas turumid, ushumishanas, ishtikau kunumina, ni. Maybe start to notice there's like a cringe that comes up, or a tension. Okay, just feel whatever it is. You don't have to understand it. Let it into the body. Maybe you want to scrunch your shoulders up. Okay, maybe you want to make a face. You're going to let this feeling into the body. You're going to let your body show you what it looks like when you fully embody it. Itani kanunumina shiriti taruni wa ukunuminai ikanumi minasti taritas we sikalaristu kunumina. Just keep making sound. It doesn't matter what sound you make. Keep letting the sound be really effortless, no control, and keep feeling this part that really wants to change it. Okay, the more you can notice the parts of you that don't like your voice, that want it to be different, the deeper this process will go. Don't overwhelm yourself if you start to feel like you're getting overwhelmed and want to tap out. Just decrease the intensity, okay? Staying under 30% is great. We're finding this sweet spot where we can be uncomfortable and still tolerate it and manage it. Istakiriasturi mishtana astishti stakishitash tikiashtash tikitari. Notice even if you're having stories come up about my voice, about how I sing, any comparison stuff, Ishtasitir, let that in too. It's all really good data. Imasina na. Just keep feeling into this sensation of, oh, I don't like this. I wish it were different. Unumanistikar ishtatar. Maybe you do like your voice, but you don't believe other people would. Istakustupish, whatever it is, feel it. Don't think about it. Just feel it. Find it in the body and let it in. Let the cringe in. Okay? Kukunuma sitiarisi. Ishtukunuma istiarisi. Istiarisi. Maybe there's anger coming up. Ushkununari. Ushtutari. Frustration. Ishtikayasu. Start to let whatever you're feeling, doesn't matter what it is, you don't need to know, let it into the voice. Okay, let that feeling into your voice. Let your voice start embodying ukurumire, this feeling. Ushkusuri pastir. Pastiri satas tikeu kumaki. Let this feeling in to your voice, and it might start to sound even worse. Ooh, what are we gonna do? It might start to sound even uglier. Ishtakunumir. And can you lean into the feeling of ugly? Ushtumistas. Ustumistas. And what if ugly was not a bad thing? What if that's what we call things that intimidate us? Ishtikirasti. What if that's what we call things we don't understand? Ishtikari istukumastistas. Urururu. Urururu. What if that's what we call the parts of ourselves that we have decided are not worthy? Ishtikasunminastitir. Istiti. Just keep noticing what you are feeling. Yasukunuminas. Where is the sensation? Can you shape your body around it? Can you let it into the face? And can you give it sound? Unumina kisi 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 kisi. Iurika uar mayariram. Ushtumisari. Maybe there's sadness coming up or shame. Uskurimasitashi. Maybe there's grief. You don't need to know. Just keep opening up to these deeper layers. Inakista surushitas. Kanikani. Kanikani. Uesisi sausururururururu. Yashal. Keep letting this into the body. What does your head want to do? What does your head want to do? Does it want to move or turn? Does it want to drop? What do your shoulders want to do? What do your arms and hands want to do? Iskiasonosinashite. Iritaritaritaritaritar. We're not trying to regulate ourselves here. We're not trying to play it cool and calm. We're going into this feeling that is always there beneath the surface. Suku, 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 suku. Unashiri. You're starting to connect to this part of you that really wants to control your voice. That really wants to control what other people might think of your voice. Usunina. Usunina ishtista. This might not be comfortable. Isala istikanune. That's okay. Shuruti astir, ishtir, ishtir, ishtir. Ustumi astikia kakira ustru. Can we go even deeper into this feeling? Ulelele sta ustunun. within capacity. You don't need to go more than 30% into the sensation. Ishtakusurur, can we go even deeper into it? Imamas usuru, into the next layer of it. Ushkusumika, kiri 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 kiri, ausuni. Usumika, 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 usumika. Biashid, maybe you find yourself going back to a moment where you were singing, maybe others were listening, and you felt like you really needed to control how you came across. Maybe you weren't received well, or you just felt insecure or embarrassed, whatever it is. Dishtara, the details aren't important. Maybe you notice that this feeling, this experience is still in the body. You can still remember it. Ishtunu kasiratiri, ishtarararara. Remembering that it's perfectly intelligent, that there's a part of you that wants to control your voice and expression. Ishtakurumid, this part of you learned it was necessary. Ushtukurukud, this part of you associates this pattern with survival. Ununa nuna, so we don't judge it. You can ask this part of you, can you show me why it's so important that we control our voice? That we either keep it silent or control what other people hear? Can you show me why this is so important? This control pattern, iasa sininani, or this silencing pattern, whatever it is. Ishishishishi sausunuminas ururu. Let this part of you show you why it's so important, how it's protecting you from something. What is this story? I'm not a singer. I shouldn't sing, or if I do, I have to sound a certain way. What is this story protecting you from? What is it protecting you from? Ushtukala iste. Can you feel what that is? You don't need to know. Can you feel it? What is it protecting you from? Ika, 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 ika. And can you just recognize with so much love and understanding that that's intelligent, that your body wants to protect you from that. And you can absolutely start changing this story. You can unwind this protection pattern, but you need to first understand it with love. Ikaruturu mishta isa turukinasi. Awewe, awewe, ah. Keep making sound. Keep letting whatever you're feeling into your voice. Istupas, tipus, tukotuara, ya shininine, 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 shininine. Now we're going to notice something else. There's something that you don't allow yourself to experience because of this belief and story. There's something you don't let yourself fully experience. The pleasure of your voice, of your deep relationship with your voice. Onokinai kanoni manishtisad. just going to go very gently into this area. Just start to drop into that space. There is a pleasure and a joy and a fulfillment that you don't let yourself fully experience with your voice. You don't give yourself permission. You think you have to prove something about your voice before you're allowed to feel it and to own it and share it. Yasantruminash. And just notice what comes up when you go deeper into this. There might be lots of grief. Be gentle with this part of yourself. Unukani, can you feel just a little bit of that grief? Usunina sita istash. Ukunu kunu 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 kunu. This experience that is your birthright. Ushununun. And how long have you not allowed yourself to enjoy it and own it? Ukunu sina sitai siti ashur. Just keep making sound, letting whatever you're feeling into that sound. Ushunu sinakini kanasi, usunu kanini kanasi rash tikoromai. Pininina. Pininina. Ushkuru kumikas titi araminita sunununununu. Puruani sanikinina iskanai sininan. Just as an experiment, you're going to see what happens if you give yourself permission just for the duration of this video to enjoy your voice, to feel pleasure in it, to feel so connected to it. To feel how there is something special you have with your voice that you don't need to prove. You're going to feel this internally. You're going to stop measuring this based on the way your voice sounds. And you're going to start measuring it internally. So really start to notice what it feels like when you make sound and not what it sounds like. You can place your hands on your throat and your upper chest, and you can start to feel these vibrations. You can start imagining your voice is vibrating the cells and tissue. You're going to start connecting to your voice as this internal feeling and experience, and not as something you have to constantly listen to and monitor. Osumikana sininina shturupita sirkunuminar. Wesuninaya koturumine. Away, away, away. Every time you feel yourself wanting to go into the ears to listen and correct it, go back into the body and notice how you can make the craziest, ugliest sound, and it feels amazing. Ushtukunine, ushkukunine, isarasti kirakuru nishta sunumet, sunuminas, sunuminas. Mikeni Ha, kikia, kukuna, sikina, sikinas. The power of your voice is so much bigger than sounding pretty. Ushtukuases imasunu minestid ushukur. Can you start to tap into that part of you that feels connected to the voice, that loves the voice, that loves to make sound? Ushunukiatas, uskunustiatash, and doesn't need to prove anything. Almost like a baby or a small child who is using their voice with so much curiosity, realizing they can make any sound in the world. They can make any sound in the world. And how exciting and fun is that, to try to make any sound and realize that your voice is capable of that. What magic, usturukuni, without a thought of whether it sounds good or not. Making sound purely for the sake of exploring what your voice is capable of and relishing in that mystery, in that miracle. Ukuruma ushtukuasawe. So you have a choice to keep trying to be somebody who feels like they need to sound better in order to love their voice and to love singing, or to become someone who owns the truth that the voice is so much more than a pretty sound, that owns the full spectrum of their voice. And through that opens up to the deeper power and mystery of it. Ukualasita ushunuminasid, inana, pialari kunuminashtis. What does that feel like to be that person? So you're going to offer a deep gratitude to your voice for being your teacher. And if you like, you can set the intention to continue to work with the voice, to continue to mentor with your voice, and step out of this old story and into the next chapter. And just intending for whatever has been open today to unfold, to integrate, embody in its own way, in its own time, in perfect service to you. And so it is. So I have an exciting announcement. If you are in the Western North Carolina area, I am holding an in-person vocal awakening event, okay? A good friend of mine who lives here is going to be putting on these beautiful, intentional, community-centered pop-up events, and we're going to be doing quite a few vocal awakening-centered events, okay? So if you are in the Western North Carolina area, or you know anybody in this area, because we're just starting out, I haven't done any of my work in person in North Carolina. Everything I do is online. Like my business is all online. So we're gonna be starting to build a little community here in Western North Carolina through these events, and I'm super excited to get back into offering Vocal Awakening in person. It's so magical to do it with a group and have everyone opening their voices together. So like I said, if you're in the area, or if you know anybody, feel free to send this their way, because we're just starting to build from the ground up and build some more connection here. It's on September 5th. It's from 3 to 5 p.m. on Saturday, September 5th. I'm gonna drop the link in the description and also pin it in the comments. It's just $44 to join. I would love to see you there. I hope you enjoyed this, I don't know what to call these, activations. and that you are just dropping into deeper and deeper pleasure and fulfillment, enjoyment, and relationship with your voice.